I love that we started off with that Jerry Brown quote because it wasn't complete. The beginning of that Jerry Brown quote is, do I have him pulled up here? There we go. Governor up here. The beginning of that quote that Jerry Brown said regarding morality is that he started off by saying when he signed the plan for increasing the minimum wage for 50 cents every year until it was $15, he said, economically, minimum wages may not make sense, but morally, socially, and politically, they make every sense because it binds the community together. Now, he admitted himself that it does not make economic sense. Now, personally, I see the moral and social benefits of the minimum wage, theoretically, as being the economic benefits that the people would see from it. And if those economic benefits aren't there, then there's no moral and there's no social case. There's a political case, however, for a politician who would want to claim on demographics that don't understand that the minimum wage does not benefit them. So how does it not benefit people? Great question. Let's see this. Joseph Sabin is an economist from UCSD, and he works with the IZA World of Labor. He said that in studies of OECD countries, and these are economically similar countries that we can statistically analyze, he said that literature provides little evidence that increases in minimum wage will aggregate in GDP. And this is further put to the point by Mike Patton from Forbes, who broke down federally how the minimum wage would affect income. He said that as of right now, the income for low-wage workers is $38.1 billion, and with an increase to $10.10 federally, that would increase the spending power of these individuals to $78.9 billion. It's a difference of $40.8 billion that's going back into our economy, assuming none of it goes to taxes, and all of it is spent. Now, if you don't know anything about the US GDP, $40.8 billion a year equates to 0.23% of our GDP. So it has no marketable increase in the United States economy. Furthermore, minimum wage increases are ineffective at reducing poverty during both business cycle peaks and troughs. So the important thing about that is that the point of the minimum wage is that less people are impoverished in the country, right? But it does not help the individuals who are low-skilled workers, because as an employer, if you have to pay your employees more money legally, you're going to value their time more, and you are going to prefer higher-skilled workers as opposed to low-skilled workers. Now, this doesn't just affect teenagers or anything like that. It affects mostly minorities, honestly. And the biggest problem with the minimum wage increase is that it's focusing mostly on households that are already benefiting from the current United States economy. In the UC Berkeley Labor Center put out a study, and they said that low-wage workers are twice as likely to work part-time, and they're twice as likely to do it involuntarily, not by choice. Now, if these workers are having to face either their hours being cut, their fellow coworkers being fired, or the price of goods increasing as a result of the minimum wage increasing, then they're not going to see any marketable benefit to themselves from it. If your wage goes up by 50 cents an hour, and the cost of everything goes up by half a cent because all those employers have to pay their employees more, so they're selling things for more, then you have to spend more with the more money you're earning, and you see no benefit from it. It's just inflation. Now, the opposing advocate said that $15 an hour would help people support themselves. In theory, yeah. As of right now, with the current economy, $15 would help a lot of people. But the economy won't stay at the current situation it is with minimum wage increases. All the cost of things are going to go up, and people are going to get laid off. And it's a trade-off between the amount of money people are making and the amount of people who are employed. There is a statistical consistency that a 10% increase in minimum wage results in a 1 to 3% decrease in jobs. So you may be doing better because of the minimum wage increases, but it's at the direct and substantial dissatisfaction of other citizens in your community. They're also said that you can't afford to live alone in LA working full-time on minimum wage. It's a valid point. LA is a very expensive city, but there's also a lot of industry here. There's a lot of high-skilled jobs, and frankly, not every job is meant to support someone. There are many jobs that are for new workers, for young people, for those who need to get skills, and it's not an employer's job to make sure that their employees can survive and be max comfortable off of their minimum wage job. That's not the job of your employer. It's your job to market yourself and build skills so that you can provide and be a benefit to the company you're working for. There's a statistic by Joseph Sabin. He says that nearly 50% of poor workers in the US earn wages above the federally proposed minimum wage. So if poor people are already making more than the minimum wage, then increasing the minimum wage doesn't help them. Furthermore, from the UC Berkeley Labor Center, it said the proportion of low-wage workers with family income below the federal poverty line is only 26%. So the minimum wage increases are only affecting, at most, 26%. Okay. Minimum wage increases are only potentially directly pulling 26% of low-wage workers out of poverty. That's how I say that. Say thank you.